There's a wispy. Felicia, we don't want you in here. Why are you flying back in? Away! I'll be right back. I'm just gonna lure him back out. Don't hurt me. Let's find a fan. It's so hot. Why did I decide to film it then? And literally, like, everyone's like, yeah, this is Delilah's party. Where's everyone's clothes? Guys, I just want to apologise in advance. First of all, the lighting might be a bit strange in here today, purely because I've left my curtains open and I had to open the windows because we are in 30-degree heat. So in advance, I just want to apologise about that. It's just too hot in this place. It's too hot in this room. Why I thought about decorating my room with velvet everywhere. Hi guys, what's up and welcome back to my channel. If you've never been here before, obviously please make sure you subscribe to my channel and make sure you press on that bell so you know when the next video I upload on Wednesdays and Sundays. If you hear creaking, it's my dad's really old drumming chair that he doesn't even use it anymore, but this is the only chair that's not too high or too low, so we're gonna have to cope with it a little bit. I'm trying to find a low enough stool that swivels, because I like the swivels. You guys wanted me to talk about more about body confidence and situations that helped my body confidence. So we're going to start with a little bit of an introduction here. So this story time video is mainly about when I was younger, and one of these lessons was one of the biggest lessons that I ever learned. My school was just very bitchy. I didn't fit in any clique in there. I didn't fit in anywhere in that school, and everybody let me know about it. This is the story time of I got fat shamed at a pool party. I thought it was a party, but it turned out to be a pool party. This is really awkward because she probably watches my video. Let's get into the video. I think I was 13 when this happened. So in the UK, I was in year 8 or year 9 at this stage. I think, anyway. In the UK, we all have like different school years. We have sixth form, which is after school years. So I get confused with it anyway, so I'm not going to get too into it. I got invited to a party. Now, I never got invited to literally anything. I should have said, no thank you, I'm busy that day. Me and my sister were brought up to work hard for our money. These kids in the school I come from didn't understand a clue about that. I was the only girl who was happy with a Primark bag. And the fact that I literally had temporary PTSD after I left school from this horrible place. Let's find a fan. It's so hot. Why did I decide to film it now? With full glam lashes. So of course I was obliged to go. I really was looking forward to it. So obviously my mum and dad raised me and my sister to work very hard for our money. All of the designer stuff that we had, we literally shoveled horse poo for weeks in order to afford something. I worked my ass off to get some clothes, got an outfit because, oh yes, it was just a party. It was a party in the day. So of course the girl kind of like worked her ass off to go to Choice Designer Wear, which is basically, it's like a designer outlet like in the UK, and I worked my ass off to get these plain blue jeans. I remember this so specifically. Get a top, a brown top, and a nice like knitted like poofy like shawl kind of thing, and like these boots. I worked my ass off for these little Machino boots, and they were fuzzy brown boots like with like little straps coming off it with little beads. Makeup up to the nines because, oh yes, I thought it was a normal party. Done my makeup, slipped into my outfit, got into the car, and we went for our travels to the location. Now the location I specifically remember because you wouldn't think there was a house there. I remembered a lot of hills. I must have stacked at least like 30 times. Now if you don't know what stack means, it means you trip up. It's like a dirty English slang to say you tripped up, so you just say stacked. We arrived there and my mum says, are you sure you don't want me to wait for a minute? If you don't like it, you can come back in the car. No, I'm fine. I should have noticed that there was a lot of people in swimsuits. Am I at the wrong place? I'm gonna call the girl Delilah. Is this Delilah's party? And literally like everyone's like, yeah, this is Delilah's party. Where's everyone's clothes? They come fully clothed. And I specifically remember. What kind of party is it, Delilah? Normal party, just chuck on nice casual clothing. I arrived fully clothed. Everyone stared at me. I'm standing at this pool house with everybody in my classes all in swimsuits, all in underwear, and in the pool, having a really good time, getting drunk as and I'm sitting there like, really like, hold on. If this was gonna be a pool party, surely Delilah would have said, make sure you bring a swimsuit with you. Of course, I'm noticing a few of the guests there, humble guests, were sort of sniggering behind my back. And now I'm thinking, right. I text my mum, I said, Mum, this was a pool party. And Mum went, do you know what they're trying to tell you? Yes, I know what they're trying to tell me. Sitting there like with fully clothing, booted, after working my effing ass off for the clothing that I had on my body at this time, standing around in this mansion garden, fully clothed. And the only two other guests that were fully clothed were curvy girls like myself. Hey girls, was you told this was a pool party?
No.
Now I go to a guy that I'm kind of cool with at this point. We're kind of cool. Like, he talks to me when no one else is around. He gives me a bit of respect. Obviously I said to him, was this supposed to be a pool party?
Yes.
We were told to bring stuff. So of course I'm just like sitting there absolutely furious. I'm like, hang on a minute. This girl I was meant to be cool with, right? And of course I stand there and keep smiling. Either I would lose my temper so hard that I would come out with the most horrible anus stuff, or I'd keep smiling because I know like it really irritated them more because the little brats didn't get what they wanted, which was like despair and depression and being sad in their presence while they're so happy. Me and these two other girls are sitting there so awkward as fuck, fully clothed, and I'm thinking, I want to jump in the pool, really hot. I worked my ass off all week to wear this bloody knitted shroudy sort of jacket. I worked hard for 2 weeks for this and now you're telling me I'm too hot to wear it and I can't jump in the pool. Why? Because I talked about this roughly on my channel like a long time ago. I developed really early. I had a bra on when I was like 7. So of course, from the age of 7 to the age further on, I was always reminded I had horrible, nasty ass, granny like bras every single day, to the point where I was in, whenever I went to PE in school, which is physical education, which is when they made you run up and down and so the kids could, you know, humiliate you a little bit more, I ended up changing in the toilets, making sure absolutely no one was there. I would literally stand on the toilet cubicle, look over the cubicle to make sure no one else was there or gonna like jump over and look at me while I'm in my bra and my pants. Oh my god, I can't wait till I have a daughter and actually teach her. Please don't do that to yourself. I was too scared to jump into my underwear and jump in. Although I should have done that because I know that would have irritated them more, because I was texting my friend who lives far away and she said just jump in with your underwear, because every single week I was reminded how big my boobs were, how big my butt was, and everyone always reminded me, why do you like always wear long sleeves? Because of this, bitch. I have a skin condition as well, so I had massive flare up on my legs at this time. So I'm just like standing there, instead of like embracing it. Like, okay, I have what I have. The more I worry about it, the worse it gets. The more I get upset, the worse it gets. What I was taught was to cover it, cover it, cover it. The more I was hinted to cover it, cover it, cover it, the more I really covered it. And also it comes to a point where like I would only wear like specific things that like other girls couldn't wear. Like they would go to Choice Designer wear and get like the tiniest tops. I couldn't do that because my boobs were too big. For a 13, 14-year-old girl. Me and these two other girls were sitting there. I can't remember their names. I'm sorry if they ever watch this video. I'm really sorry. Like, I'm not horrible. I'm too hot to even remember. These two guys sat opposite us and reminded us, oh, why aren't you in the pool? Little bastards. First few minutes of this situation, I thought maybe she forgot to tell me. Maybe she forgot. But I think that's a bit of a detail that you should remember. Not the kind of wearing clothing kind of party. So I was ashamed of myself and I felt like I wanted to cry. Texting my mum saying, look, do you know what? I've got better things to do than sit here and be fat shamed like this. Even though they didn't physically or verbally do anything to me, but they still did this to make me feel like crap. They did to these other two girls and I was just absolutely dumbfounded. Obviously I'm sitting there like just really awkward as fart at this point, and I'm texting my mum thinking I'd rather go to my mate's house and have like share a bottle of tequila and watch Scream. I went to my house before, Delilah's house. She must have realised that doing that would have made me feel worse, because we changed outfits in our house, and what did I do while the other girls changed in their room? I got changed in the bathroom. So she must have known I'm very insecure about my body. So let's just do a pool party. Tell her there's all clothes involved, but there's not. And get all the other kids to snigger and kind of point out and constantly remind someone that, oh yes, it's a pool party. You look a bit silly, fully clothed. I would rather go to my friend's house, share a bottle of tequila and watch Scream and all that jazz. But no, I decided to come to a party where I clearly wasn't welcome. This was just an excuse invite to make someone feel horrible about themselves. Again, I get it. I'm with you Monday to Friday. You remind me, I get it. Didn't need to get me out on a Saturday after working hard for 2 weeks for an outfit that I shouldn't have even bought anyway. I should have bought my swimsuit. Mum's like, text me, do not go in your underwear. Everyone will laugh at you. Body positivity back then wasn't as like spoken about as much as it is today, which I'm very grateful for. To my friend's house, got the bottle of tequila and we started watching Scream and playing The Sims. And like we made a little house. It's so bad. Like, I remember this because my mate still mentions it to this day. I remember going to a house and we made this like pool house. We made like the guests that looked like the guests that were at the party and shut them in so that they die. They had very healthy coping mechanisms. So the following week was the week that I actually went onto a runway of competition. It was to piss other people off in the mall. There was kids in my school in the mall. They were taking the piss, getting me to go on there. I said, you know what, I will. And that actually wound them up even more. I won the thing. I won myself a portfolio. I went to one of the best agencies in London. So you're telling me that you succeeded, my friends? No, you didn't. What drove me to be a plus size model was to piss them off back. That would like put acid in their teeth. Before that even happened, it come to times when we had swimming lessons in school, I had to pretend I had my period. And then my teacher would turn around and go, really, your period lasts for a month? I used to get changed in the toilets. I would only go in the toilets when no one was in there because I was too scared that someone was gonna like look over and like take the piss out of my thighs. These kids were so spiteful to me that it come to points where I had to be on medication after I was leaving school. Wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning, wasting hours of sleep, which it really deteriorated my health at that point. Doing my hair and my makeup, fully hairsprayed, which probably damaged my hair a lot. Really triggered my skin condition a lot. 2 coats of foundation on every single morning, 2 coats of concealer every morning, 5 coats of mascara. And now I kind of think, wow, I wasted so much like of my life doing this stuff necessary to stop me being picked on, and I still got picked on. So the moral of the story is, kids, no matter how much you try and fix your flaws, they're still gonna pick on you anyway. The only thing they can't touch is the love for yourself, and that took me 15 years to figure that one out. Like, to a point where I would put my blazer, like my school blazer, over on the top of my cubicle so no one could like look up and see my legs. I never went to school without tights on because I was too scared that my legs would look weird. My skin condition on my legs, and like I felt like my legs were too chunky. I would wear pulling in knickers. That really deteriorated my health a lot. I would get rib pains every single night because of that. There's sometimes I used to have to drink every weekend to sort of not just to have fun, but to just relax for a minute, to just chill. Because I used to have so much anxiety throughout the week trying to look like everybody else. Love who you are. My parents are very old-fashioned. I understand that you have to look a specific way to, you know, get in a relationship, have friendships, improve parts of your life. But I will stand there strongly and go, that's not the case, because I am as happy as can be. And that took me so many years. I wasted so many times of my life, so much sleep, so much opportunities to be too scared what I was wearing, that it wasn't going to be good enough for people. I was too scared that if it was too hot that I would wear short sleeves, that everyone would see my skin. So terrified of like pretty much everything. Just put on your swimsuits. If you get invited to a casual clothing party, even though it's a pool party, you strip in your underwear and you jump in that pool, because no one is going to stop you but yourself. They're not going to do anything after you jump in that pool because they know technically their plan hasn't worked to make you feel uncomfortable and insecure about yourself. Once I was getting more and more work, like from my agents and that, the more like I was stopping giving a crap. I've come to a point where I've got fully naked, not giving a crap, and laid on the floor and got photographed. Now 15-year-old Khloe, you would pay 8 million gajillion pounds and I wouldn't have done that. And now like I get paid for doing things like that. I've got a few friends that have children that are slightly chunky and they're already growing up sort of with the same issues that I start to have, and I warn them every single day, don't let that happen to them. Don't let that happen to them what happened to me. There's a waspy! Felicia, we don't want you in here. Why are you flying back in? Away! I'll be right back. I'm just gonna lure him back out. Don't hurt me. So yeah, if you've got a kid that's struggling at the moment and you know, please don't tell them you look fine. Go to school. You give them as many lectures as you possibly can. Tell them to love themselves. Tell them that there's nothing wrong with them. They are normal and they are beautiful for who they are. I remember those days. They're not fun. So this was really hard for me to talk about, actually. Just like, it's not just that party that happened. It happened to me every single day, Monday to Friday, Saturday and Sunday. Every day, every night, constantly, online. Someone even hacked into my school internet account and left a really nasty Word document of how ugly I am, how fat I am, how much I have a reason for not living. So that kid, raised in a household to think that that's okay. I would be physically beaten, I would get footballs thrown at me. I have scars up my backside. A kid kicked me with their football boot and I have scars on my backside over that. It come to a point where I'd get home every single day with full mud on my school shoes. My mum would do her absolute nutting, and the reason why I used to do that was because I used to hang around at the bottom of the school in a pavilion where kids changed to do outdoor activities. I hid there because I was too scared to be like in the main part of school. Go to your mirror and you say every single day, every night before you go to bed, every day before you brush your teeth, I love you. You are beautiful and you can do anything. Those were the 3 sentences that changed my life completely. And another model taught me this, like when I was about 16. And that changed my life forever. And that's why I've always put those 3 sentences on my descriptions and all my videos. Most of my videos do actually have those 3 sentences on the bottom of my descriptions. I know that some people are going through what I went through and they're feeling rubbish about themselves. Someone is being slandered out there for how they look. And I think it's so backward and so disgusting to still be repeating and going on with this behaviour. You need to teach your kids to be kind. Teach your kids to be kind to themselves. I got on with a guy at school, for example, and he told me, if only you lost 7 stone, I would date you because we get on. I swear that actually did happen. And where I got spoken to like that so many times, I started to think that that was normal behaviour. This is just one of the experiences I had. Oh my gosh, I had so many experiences in school. Let me know if you want more of them. Anyway guys, so I hope that's helped some way, and I hope that's made you smile some way, and I hope that's like kind of maybe like helped you to like maybe influence your kids, teach them to love themselves and spread love out there, because you don't know what their friends are going through and all their schoolmates are going through. Anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed that and I hope that helped in some way. So if you've never been here before, please make sure you subscribe to my channel and make sure you press on that bell so you know when I next do a video. I love you. You are beautiful and you can do anything. I'm gonna love you and I'm gonna leave you, and you are beautiful and you can do anything, and I'm gonna see you in the next video. Bye.